Hey everybody, welcome inside this special web edition of Cuse Countdown. Andrew Scaglione alongside Marcus White and Michael Barth. Guys, Syracuse 2-2 playing Louisville on Friday night in the Carrier Dome. Is this a must-win game for the Orange?
Andrew, I think it most definitely is. 2 of the next 3 weeks, they have games against Florida State and Clemson. Those have to be chalked up as guaranteed losses. I think they really need this one if they want to come close to getting bowl eligible.
Yeah, the schedule only gets tougher after this, and Scott Shaver talked about getting 8 wins at the start of the season, and if they want to get anywhere close to that, this is a must-win game.
Well, last time these two teams met in 2012, it was almost a must-win game for Syracuse to stay bowl eligible, and boy, they absolutely shellacked Louisville. 45-26 was the final. Those were the good old days of Ryan Nassib to Alec Lemon.
Teddy Bridgewater, only a redshirt freshman in that game, wasn't at his best. That game was over by the end of the first half. Syracuse defense really came out strong. They're going to need them to do that again this week.
Oh, yeah, and how much do we miss Ryan Nassib and Alec Lemon? But also, PTG and Jerome Smith ran all over Louisville in that one, so hopefully the running game can do the same thing they did against them.
Well, last week, Louisville demoed a new quarterback in Bonifon, and this guy comes out and he gets a win over Wake, but were you guys impressed by him?
You know, I wasn't really that impressed last week. He only completed 50% of his passes, just barely got over 200 yards. He's going to need to be a lot better in his second game if Louisville's going to run away with this one. And plus, on the road, Carrier Dome, not the best place to go for your first road game.
Exactly, and he really did not have anything to do with the offense. It was all Brandon Radcliffe who had 2 TDs, and they only won 20-10 over Wake, so really, I think SU can take advantage of this freshman quarterback.
Well, Louisville's played 2 ACC games already. Syracuse, the only ACC team to not play a conference game yet. Guys, who are your X factors for Friday night?
My X factor this week is George McDonald's play calling. I think last week we saw way too many bubble screens, way too many predictable runs. He needs to mix up the play calls more. They ran 41 pass plays as opposed to 26 running plays. That's going to need to be a lot more balanced of a play distribution, and just get rid of the bubble screens. They only gained 12 yards on 8 screens last week.
The offense was really inefficient last week, and I'm going to stay with the offense and go with the running game as my X factor. I don't care who it is, PTG, Adonis Amin Moore, George Morris. Riley Dixon cannot lead your team in rushing with 42 yards. So someone's going to have to step up in the backfield. I don't care who it is, but someone has to step up.
Well, it sounds like you guys are both a little down on Syracuse. So finally, Marcus, does Syracuse win this game?
Andrew, I don't think they do. I'm going to go with Louisville 24, Syracuse 14. I think the defense and an electric Carrier Dome crowd on a Friday night is going to keep them in the game. But ultimately, I think the Cardinals are just too much to handle for Syracuse.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think freshman quarterback, SU defense is going to play well. They're going to take this one 24-21. It's going to be really close defensive battle. But Friday night in the Dome, crazy things are going to happen. It's going to be a thriller.
So if we agree on one thing, it's that the winning score is going to be 24 points for Syracuse or Louisville. We'll have to see what happens on Friday night. The game's at 7. You can follow us on Twitter at CitrusTV Sports for live updates and post-game quotes throughout that entire night. And it should be a fun one. For Michael and Marcus, I'm Andrew. Thanks for watching.